So being an awkward kid, very insecure, crying for out loud to the void in Jeebus Cripe and my yellow balance were tough and proud in themselves, and I felt my friggin' yellow belt test, and I failed it. And I couldn't imagine anything worse for a 13-year-old kid who's feeling shame and being bullied all of the time and going home and hating on karate, even though it's in particular painful, and I'm going back into whatever. Always returning to it, because the truth, let's think about it for a minute. Taking these tests is doing your blocks and your kicks and your punches, and Jeebus is always there looking over you, and I know because I glow. I do the best I can in the sense of decision bore. Not kind enough, not ready yet. That's legitimately disappointing because I expected to pass, and I'm feeling disappointed because there's a strategy for this. There's a tutor, help, show me what I have to do to achieve my goals. And what I have to do is true for me because some of the kids, some of the bullies in my middle school also took karate. Let's imagine they're watching me take my test. They give me dirty looks because they know they can threaten me, and that can happen. Getting changed, yapper, and always freedom more and more. And now I'm feeling terrorized, fearful, and I find my tests outside of that because I can see how I can show up with a particular part, and people are attributing emotion to me. They're labeling my emotions for me because they don't have the skill to deactivate as a parent or a teacher or a partner. To be present, to feel me and understand my empirical and experience. So I strut. And that special offer is only lasting for a couple of minutes. And everything in the social correction is altered in an inward anger vortex. And I'd say it's a response to not getting yelled about then. Because in a fifth degree black belt or yellow, that part of the story that you are experiencing anger, in this case, it's inappropriate. It's simply inappropriate. Would you really? This notion of disappointment, I follow it in you, not knowing how you're feeling because you're taught language and the heavenly experience that can be many feelings at once and can be disappointing. It can be anger. It can be anger. I meant. So what's the real event that really happened in that moment? If we're legitimately putting the clothes on the rack, we might use one. Might block the punch mentally to really stand for something. So it's disappointment and capturing the thought. And if you thought your mental blocks were strong, you need some more practice every day after school. You can put the effort into it. And because the bullies are still staring at me and still interpreting me in this faulty, naughty way. And I'm still feeling so anxious, overwhelmed, because I can't block. I fake out. And that's the end of this story. A parent or a teacher would and have lumberjacks to support. So I really have to get out of the experience, which means I have to have relationships, deeper ones with myself, trustworthy, loving, caring with all people, because otherwise we don't build that connection. The bridges are burned, and we can't behave really. So go to your room, practice, and again, that bullying topic is threatening that serious stuff that needs to be taken care of online. The emoji wall and the downloading the phone and printing it. So I follow that because I know that I'm a clown, and I realize that this is making me do far more hot than I realize. I think it's fun, and I use it for this not a problem. if I really were to communicate and be convinced that people are using these just for the intention of expressing their inner worth, people on the receiving end, they're experiencing a lot of disregarding, self criticism as a consequence. Mostly kids, adults as well. I'm sure somebody commenting there on the Instagram post Big L or something, devastating for noobs. So it's also interesting because I even see it equally. I know that people reject each other and each other's papers to the degree that an intellectual can't. And this nuanced care. Scientists really hyper focus on this lately.